Hello and welcome. You're watching Express News. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj, and in this edition, we show you top 100 news of the day. So let's get started. The budget session of the Indian Parliament began on Wednesday with the address of President Draupadi Murmu to the joint sitting of both houses. The economic survey is set to be tabled on Thursday and the budget will be presented on Sunday, that is February 1st. While addressing the Parliament, President Murmu said that in the last decade, India has strengthened its foundation in every sector and this year is a major base for our journey towards Viksit Bharat. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attended the annual National Cadet Corps PM rally at the Karyappa Parade Ground in New Delhi on Wednesday. The theme of this year's rally was Rashtra Pratham Kartavya Nisht Yuva. Prime Minister Narendra Modi appreciated the efforts by National Cadet Corps during Operation Sindoor, saying NCC cadets have handled their responsibilities very well at a crucial time connected with national security. PM Modi addressed the National Cadet Corps or NCC PM rally in New Delhi, marking the grand culmination of the month-long NCC Republic Day Camp 2026. At the rally, PM also inspected the Guard of Honor and reviewed the march past by various NCC contingents. PM Modi also presented awards to meritorious cadets for their exceptional performance, discipline and dedication. Addressing the gathering, PM Modi said that the historic India-EU FTA would bring freedom of aspiration for the youth. Maharashtra's Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar died in a plane crash at Maharashtra's Baramati on Wednesday morning. The Civil Aviation Ministry informed that a Learjet 45 aircraft operated by VSR crash-landed at Baramati Airport. President Draupadi Murmu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed sorrow on the sudden demise of Deputy CM of Maharashtra Ajit Pawar. PM Modi also shared photos of the minister highlighting his contribution to the nation. Expressing grief over the incident, Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has announced 3 days of state mourning to honour Pawar's contributions to the state and its people. The government has assured that the new University Grants Commission UGC guidelines are to address caste-based discrimination on campuses and it will not be misused. Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan said this is the responsibility of the centre, state governments and UGC to ensure no misuse of the law in the name of discrimination. The government has approved a 200 crore rupee project to develop a smart and integrated fishing harbour at Maya Bandar in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The project will be fully funded by the centre under the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. The Maya Bandar harbour will provide safe facilities for 430 fishing vessels and handle nearly 10,000 tons of fish annually. It will promote sustainable fishing, better fish handling, improved safety and digital tracking. The government further said that the project will help unlock the fisheries potential of the islands and support India's target of achieving 1 lakh crore rupees in seafood exports by 2030-31. The National Centre for Disease Control has clarified that only 2 confirmed cases of Nipah virus disease have been reported in West Bengal from December last year to date. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare issued the clarification after speculative and incorrect figures regarding the Nipah virus disease were circulated in certain sections of the media. The ministry said that 196 contacts linked to the confirmed Nipah cases were then identified, traced, monitored and tested. On testing, all the contacts tested negative for Nipah virus. The ministry further said that no additional Nipah virus disease cases have been detected so far. It said the situation is under constant monitoring and that all necessary public health measures are in place. The Assam government is set to organize an investment summit in Guwahati in February to formalize all memorandums of understanding signed during the World Economic Forum 2026 that was held in Davos, Switzerland. Wednesday, the 28th of January, marks the 161st birth anniversary of freedom fighter Lala Lajpat Rai, with floral tributes at his portrait in Parliament's Central Hall by Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, Rajya Sabha Deputy Chairman Harivansh, JP Nadda, MPs and dignitaries. In business, the Indian indices ended in green on Wednesday. At close, the Sensex was up 487.2 points to close at 82,344.68. While Nifty closed up 167.35 points at 25,342.75 points. The Indian rupee ended lower at 91.79 per US dollar on Wednesday. Gold surged to a fresh all-time high of approximately 5,300 US dollar per ounce, driven by strong safe haven demand. The yellow metal has gained over 20% since the start of the year. Silver prices also climbed sharply to around 113.47 to $115.93 per ounce, extending recent gains amid strong safe haven demand, amid ongoing geopolitical uncertainty driving investors toward precious metals alongside gold's rally. Global oil prices held steady around $60 per barrel for WTI and $65 for Brent, as traders balanced ongoing Russia-Ukraine negotiation stalemates. South Korea's Kospi rallied sharply, hitting an intraday high of 5,157.8, up over 72 points amid strong US cues and tech momentum nearing fresh records. Japan's Nikkei 225 index trades around 53,358.71 Japanese yen. The index has shown a slight increase of 0.05% from its previous close of 53,333.54 Japanese yen. European shares were on track to snap a two-day rally on Wednesday. The Pan-European Stock 600 index slipped 0.5%. Luxury shares slid 3.2%, marking their fourth consecutive day of losses, while tech stocks rose 1.6% to their highest in more than 25 years. Bitcoin hovered around 89,133 US dollar per coin with modest 0.66% gains, while the broader crypto market held firm ahead of the Fed's key policy decision. In the US, the Federal Reserve maintained interest rates unchanged at 4.25 to 4.5%, citing persistent inflation risks and solid economic data. Fed Chair Powell emphasized a patient, data-dependent approach, pushing back on aggressive rate cut expectations for 2026. The Prime Ministers of Denmark and Greenland met German Chancellor Friedrich Merz in Berlin on Tuesday to rally support against US President Donald Trump's bid to claim the Arctic island that has been Danish territory of over centuries. The Prime Ministers of Denmark and Greenland were in Paris on Wednesday to take part in a panel discussion at Sciences Po University before a meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron. Meanwhile, the EU's foreign policy chief Kaja Kallas announced on Wednesday that Europe is no longer Washington's primary center of gravity, a shift that is structural, not temporary. She warned that Europe must adapt to new realities and step up its own defense capabilities. Demonstrators gathered inside the Minnesota state capitol to protest the deployment of federal agents carrying out the Trump administration's immigration crackdown, with demonstrators urging officials should handle immigration without harming the community. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump said he would de-escalate a little bit in Minneapolis after the fatal shootings of two civilians sparked national outrage. Trump's border czar Tom Homan met city and state officials as the administration attempted damage control following the killing of 37-year-old nurse Alex Pretty. Calls for independent investigations and a reduction of federal forces have grown, while Democrats warn the violence betrays core American values. Protests and public criticism continue to mount as concern spreads nationwide. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un will unveil plans to bolster his nuclear forces at an upcoming ruling party meeting. The landmark Congress of North Korea's ruling Workers' Party is expected in the coming weeks, and is its first in 5 years. The North Korean leader oversaw a test of a large caliber multiple rocket launch system on Tuesday and described the launch as a serious threat to forces trying to provoke the nation, while South Korea and Japan condemned the launch. A South Korean court on Wednesday sentenced former First Lady Kim Kyon-hee to 1 year and 8 months in jail after finding her guilty of accepting bribes from Unification Church officials in return for political favors. US President Donald Trump on Wednesday urged Iran to negotiate a fair nuclear deal with no nuclear weapons, warning that the next US attack would be far worse if Tehran refuses, as a massive American armada approaches the region. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi reiterated on Wednesday that Iran will not engage in negotiations with the United States while under the pressure of threats and military posturing. Araghchi stated that while some intermediary countries are making diplomatic efforts, Iran has not made any direct request for talks, and there has been no recent contact between him and the US envoy Steve Witkoff. Iran's behind-the-scenes outreach to key Arab states aimed to rally support amid the arrival of the USS Abraham Lincoln carrier strike group in West Asian waters, heightening tensions with the US. At least 6 people were injured as a retaliatory Russian airstrike hit Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia region. Multiple high-rise buildings were also damaged. The Kremlin on Wednesday dismissed a report by a Washington-based think tank that Russia had suffered nearly 1.2 million casualties since it began its conflict in Ukraine, saying such reports are unreliable. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has announced on Wednesday that certain areas within the post-war recovery agreement with the United States need more in-depth work. Syrian President Ahmad al-Shara is set to meet his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin in Moscow on Wednesday as the Kremlin seeks to secure the future of its military bases in the country. Meanwhile, grieving relatives of Ran Gvili gathered on Wednesday as Israel prepared to bury the last hostage returned from Gaza, marking the end of a painful national saga triggered by Hamas's 2023 attack. Dozens of onlookers clutching Israeli flags lined the roads as a convoy carrying Gvili's body left military base camp Shura in central Israel, heading for the southern town of Maitar, where Gvili lived and will be laid to rest. Time for a short break. Keep watching DD India.
Always welcoming. The vibe of Punjab is larger than life.
Welcome back. You're watching Express News. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj. Let's resume. Storm Chandra has brought flooding and strong winds to parts of Ireland and Northern Ireland, cutting path of thousands and causing widespread disruption. Roads, schools and rail services were closed as authorities kept weather warnings in place. Ice sheets drifted across New York's East River as a powerful cold front swept the United States. Sub-zero temperatures and heavy winter storms have disrupted daily life nationwide, leaving communities frozen and causing at least 30 reported deaths. Heavy snowfall covered United States eastern Massachusetts with over 16 inches in Boston, leaving more than 500,000 people without power as the deadly storm continues across the United States. Australia's southeast faced its worst heat wave since 2009 with temperatures crossing 48 degrees Celsius, bushfires raging across Victoria, power outages affecting thousands and multiple fires still out of control. In Pasir Lango, Indonesia, a rain-triggered landslide has killed 34 people with 32 missing on Saturday. The landslide damaged more than 50 homes and displaced over 650 residents. An avalanche hit Sonmarg tourist resort in Jammu and Kashmir late Tuesday night. The incident caused no casualties despite high danger avalanche warnings and heavy snowfall in the region. In Shimla, Himachal Pradesh, the national highway connecting Kufri and Narkanda has been blocked after heavy snowfall, disrupting traffic and travel in the region. In Kinnaur, Himachal Pradesh, heavy snowfall has disrupted daily life, affecting transportation, communication and routine activities across the district. Shimla and nearby hill destinations saw a surge in tourist activity after fresh snowfall blanketed the region. The local tourism industry has seen a revival. Rain and snowfall hit Himachal Pradesh, causing sharp drop in temperatures. The India Meteorological Department has issued alerts for fog and cold wave conditions. Heavy snowfall in Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri region has turned Kotranka and the Pir Panjal range into a winter wonderland. Authorities have issued advisories as roads remain blocked. Chamoli in Uttarakhand is facing heavy rain and snowfall, disrupting normal life in several areas. Authorities have issued avalanche alerts. Chandigarh saw dense fog disrupting traffic while Delhi's air quality improved slightly. IMD predicts thunderstorms and winds for next few days. Ajmer in Rajasthan experienced chilly weather as dense fog covered Jaipur Road and the railway area. Poor visibility disrupted normal movement early in the day. Devas and Shivpuri districts in Indian state of Madhya Pradesh were hit by a sudden hailstorm that flattened crops across several villages. Farmers are seeking urgent government compensation. Hundreds of people marched through the streets of the Scottish town of Lerwick, carrying flaming torches to celebrate the Viking festival Up Helly A, which marks the sun's return after winter. University of Cambridge has launched a new India research hub expanding academic and innovation ties. The move also opens new undergraduate entry routes and boosts UK-India collaboration. Emotional support dogs are easing passengers' stress at Felipe Ángeles Airport in Mexico. Launched last November with the National Guard, the pups greet passengers in arrivals and boarding areas during short shifts. Cherry blossoms lit up nearly 2 kilometers of Vietnam's Tran Hong Dao Street as the Light and Art Flower Street opened under the Spring 2026 Cherry Blossom Festival. Artworks, music and illuminated national flags created a vibrant visual experience for visitors. Winter migratory birds flock to China's Lianyungang Wetland Park. Cormorants, ducks and egrets forage in shallow waters. Local conservation efforts made the park a safe habitat. November-March is peak bird watching season with 100+ species. Mongolian artisans revive rare metal embossing with handmade chests, Buddhist icon frames and tsatsal spoons. Their 6-month creations displayed at Ulaanbaatar's Lunar New Year exhibition celebrate tradition, craftsmanship and cultural heritage. Today marks as the 161st birth anniversary of the great freedom fighter Lala Lajpat Rai. On this occasion, the nation pays tribute to his legacy and contributions to India's struggle for independence. At the Gopalpur Beach Festival in Odisha, Padma Shri sand artist Sudarshan Patnaik created a helmet sculpture to promote and road safety and a plastic fish to warn against single-use plastics. A red long-tailed minivet has been sighted at Uttarakhand's Jim Corbett National Park, exciting bird watchers. In fact, experts say the sighting highlights Corbett's rich bird diversity with nearly 600 species recorded in the area. A female minivet has also been spotted, confirming the presence of the species in the park. Chandanki, a village in Gujarat, is following a rare tradition of cooking and eating together in a community kitchen for 15 years. The practice was also highlighted by PM Narendra Modi in Mann Ki Baat. English filmmaker Guy Ritchie's war action film In the Grey, starring Henry Cavill, will release in theatres on 10th of April. The film follows a secret team of elite operatives on a dangerous mission to recover a stolen billion-dollar fortune. American filmmaker Sam Raimi's survival thriller Send Help, starring Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien, has scored 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, a global review aggregation website that compiles critics' reviews to measure a film's reception. The film releases in Indian theatres on 30th of January. British Academy of Film and Television Arts BAFTA 2025 nominations are out. One Battle After Another leads with 14 nods, followed by Sinners with 13. Awards will be held in London on 22nd of February. Women filmmakers made a strong mark at BAFTA 2025. Hamnet set a record for most nominations by a woman director, while Chloe Zhao was shortlisted for Best Director. Manipuri language film Boong has been nominated in the Best Children's and Family Film category at the British Academy of Film and Television Arts Awards 2026, marking a major international recognition for the debut film by director Lakshmi Priya Devi. Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Vishnu Deo Sai launched the trailer of Hindi film Godan and announced that the movie will be tax-free in the state. The film highlights the spiritual, scientific and economic importance of cows and is set to release on 6th of February. Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan will lend his voice as the narrator for Disney Cruise Line's fireworks show The Lion King celebration in the sky during the Disney Adventures inaugural sail in Singapore on 10th of March. Indian actors Vijay Deverakonda and Rashmika Mandana headlined the pan-Indian film Rana Bali. The makers have unveiled the title and first glimpse, announcing a theatrical release of it on 11th of September. The third film of the Welcome comedy franchise Welcome to the Jungle will hit theatres on 26th of June. Directed by Ahmed Khan, it stars Akshay Kumar, Sunil Shetty and a big ensemble cast. The trailer of Hindi crime thriller Vad 2 starring Sanjay Mishra and Neena Gupta was unveiled. Written and directed by Jaspal Singh Sandhu, the film is set to release in theatres on 6th of February. In an All-American showdown, Jessica Pegula defeated Amanda Anisimova 6-2, 7-6 in the Australian Open quarterfinals, securing her first ever semi-final spot in Melbourne. Alina Rybakina has made it to the Australian Open semi-finals for the first time since her 2023 final appearance, stunning number 2 seed Iga Swiatek 7-5, 6-1 in the quarterfinals. World number 1 Carlos Alcaraz swept past Alex de Minaur to reach his maiden Australian Open semi-final. He next faces Alexander Zverev. Italy's Lorenzo Musetti pulled out of his men's quarterfinal at the Australian Open due to injury, allowing Novak Djokovic to advance to the semi-final. Tammy Abraham has completed an £18.25 million return to Aston Villa from Besiktas for a 4.5-year deal as he moves back to England for the first time since joining Roma in 2021. Real Madrid face Benfica today in a crucial Champions League group clash. Madrid eyes 3 points to secure top 8 hopes, while Benfica must triumph to reach knockout playoffs. Paris Saint-Germain welcome Newcastle in a decisive Champions League showdown today. Both sides are locked on 13 points. A win secures qualification, while the defeat risks playoff. Kerala Blasters have signed Spanish midfielder Matias Hernandez from Gokulam Kerala FC ahead of the Indian Super League 2025-26. Former Australian fast bowler Kane Richardson has announced his retirement from professional cricket at the age of 34. India registered a commanding 204-run win over host Zimbabwe in a Super 6 Group 2 match in the ongoing ICC Under-19 World Cup 2026 tournament on Tuesday. Gujarat Giants boosted their hopes of qualifying for the Women's Premier League playoffs with a thrilling 3-run win over Delhi Capitals. South Africa crushed the West Indies by 9 wickets in the first T20I at Bolin Park in Paarl on Tuesday, while Markram remained unbeatable at 86. Captain Harry Brook and veteran batter Joe Root's unbeaten 100 helped England register a 53-run victory over Sri Lanka in the final ODI in Colombo. The men in blue will aim to go one further closer to a massive clean sweep when they take on New Zealand in the 4th T20I of the series in Visakhapatnam on Wednesday. India's Asmita Chaliha stormed into the Thailand Masters main draw in Bangkok after 2 gritty qualifying wins, setting up a clash with compatriot Devika Sehwag. That's it in this edition of Express News. News and updates will continue. You keep watching DD India.
The land of forests, nature's hidden jewel. Jharkhand is a traveler's paradise.
Welcome to Delhi.
Welcome to the fascinating world of Daman and Diu and Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Unravel the rich history and traditions of these places. Marvel at the stories that lie in its beautiful architecture. Bask in the tranquility of its greenery and beaches. Experience the agelessness of its traditional handicrafts and handloom industry. Recognize its industrial leadership and celebrate Diu's commitment to a sustainable future.